Hey everybody, it's Michael Martin. Thanks for being here for today's video. I try to create them at least one a day for you. Please like and subscribe. I get really good data that you like so that this way I can create more videos that resonate with you as opposed to ones that are just meh, because it happens every once in a while. Also, check out the links below. We have links for our courses, as well as a free download for the audiobook version of the Inner Voice Trading, which I've been giving away for free. Check out the link below. Help yourself. It's on me. It's about a 400 or 500 megabyte file, so it might take some time. But again, it's on me. Thanks for being here, folks. Check out the video. Hey everybody, Michael Martin. I got some great feedback from those of you who listened to the How to Control Your Environment episode. And some of the feedback was really good. Some of it was good constructive criticism. And one of the amazing things is like, how do you control your environment when you're trading and try to keep things peaceful and serene and still be in the zone? And my whole take is like, well, that kind of answers the question itself. It helps me get in the zone. If I have CNBC blasting all day or even on mute, there's still data coming from that isn't particularly helpful. So the way I look at the TV, for example, is that it's like that annoying I'm trying to have a conversation with a person here, and there's this one annoying person over here who's, getting under my skin or keeps interrupting me or otherwise. So how do you put yourself in a spot where you too can actually have the TV off, not on and muted, but off? And I think that comes down to the quality of your preparation the period before. For me, it's usually the night before, again, because I'm in Los Angeles, markets open super early. I think it's hard to be that sharp at 5 a.m. That's just me. So I like to do my analysis the night before, write it all out, double check the numbers, keep the TV off, because I also don't want, and this might be tough for the day traders out there because you're looking for a catalyst. So the TV is a good spot because it's a one-way conversation. It's a lot of, well, I don't know if they're catalysts exactly, right? But it's certainly noise. It's up for you to figure out what the signal is. And I'm sure there's a few of you watching who kind of know how to listen with a certain type of an ear to kind of hear the money. But for me, excuse me, I find it a complete distraction. And so I don't even like to see the moving images or what have you on it because it's data. I don't think it's information or signal for me. And so that's why I'm able to have peace around it. I know many of you, though, are looking for catalysts and don't know where else to find it. So you have the TV on. But to me, I would say you have to find a better place to source your ideas, to be frank. If you're waiting on news headlines, I guess you can surely develop a skill, but then the problem is that how do you get away from that? How do you get away from the TV and your screen and make money? You see what I'm saying? Because if you did it my way, you could put in your stop orders and then turn everything off and then let the market come to you. There's really no reason to sit there all day. It might feel good. You might feel like you're in control, but I don't feel like you're actually in any more control than I would be. So, 2, I set the ringer off on my portable devices, smartphones, what have you. I don't need people checking in with me. I don't find it flattering if people call or text or do whatever to ask me my opinion on anything in the markets, because it's like, what the hell do I know? I know what I know, and I know how to do it. How that relates to anybody else, I don't know. Might be interesting, but so I don't typically want to have folks calling me during the day, which could also be a problem, for clients, because they might want to chat about the markets. How are you doing? Why are we in this? Why are we not in that? And I just don't like having those chats. So I don't have those people as clients because I don't really want to talk about the markets at all. I don't find it entertaining or informative or anything like that. There's really nothing that I could learn about myself from someone else as it relates to what I should be doing right now. I've got a pretty good lock on that. So I think it depends at the end of the day, like what level of peace that you want. I don't want a lot of outside stimulus coming in because I just need to focus right here. And so, whether it's going to the tweeting platforms, some of the discords, having the TV on, there's just so much extra out there that you can block out and retain all that mental energy. And I think we also talked about mental capital. And all of that's kind of tough. Everyone has a certain amount of energy that they can go through their professional day with before they start to, have a, need a nap or have to take a break or walk away. It's hard to be intense, for 12, 15 hours a day. You typically need some cool down time. So one of the ways that I can modulate that for myself is I just don't let a lot of noise in, so that my brain doesn't have to process stuff that has nothing to do with, my risk management, you see? And I find there's a lot of solace in that. There's people out there listening to this today that'll be like panic struck. Like, what are you talking about? I can't trade without having the TV on. I can't trade without real-time quotes. I can't trade with 1-minute bars. Well, you probably could if you would just take the time to train yourself. You probably don't want to, which is, the issue in and of itself. But then the question becomes, how much of your environment do you need to control? Right? I like to have a lot of peace and a lot of solace around stuff. I don't need excitement. I don't need high energy. I don't need music on in the background. I don't need to love myself with food. I just want my space, and I want it nice and quiet, and so I can think. And if nothing else, when an order does get filled and they call me with the fill prices, I can think clearly and know how to put on my stops, my protective stops, without making any errors, right? Because that's another part of this, is that if you have so many distractions going on, sometimes you make a boneheaded mistake. Could be fat fingering a ticker, could be, doing the same thing with your keyboard when you're entering in a price. And all of that stuff is avoidable, and it's all self-imposed. It's all the trader's own fault. So that's just my 2 cents. I might sound a little puritanical around it, but I've been around enough to know what makes me tick and what I like in and around my environment. Then when there's times when the markets are closed or I have no positions on, then it's a different story. But I just want to have all of my faculties focused on one thing. And I don't want outside distractions to kind of get in my way or start up my thought process going down a rabbit hole because something came across the TV. The opportunities that I see come from my analysis and the work that I do at night in the preparation before. Some of you might do it differently. You might like to do it in the morning. But then again, what happens if you're 15 minutes before the market open and you don't have any ideas? Are you going to force trades? That's kind of why I like to do it before, because then if I know like where my entries are, and I know it's like, say you were taking, I know where my levels are, but the price in the current market might be quite a bit of ways from where my levels are, where I would want to get involved and add or remove the risk. And so on those days, there's really nothing to do but sit on my hands. So I like to know that the day before. I don't want to wake up. I mean, it's not that I don't want to, but it's a lot better for me if I know the night before that the next day is going to kind of be light, because then I could say, okay, well, how can I reallocate my time, do more research, do some different back testing, right? Use my time productively, right? So that all comes down to it too. So controlling my environment impacts my time blocking and how I control what it is that I do during the day. Anyway, I appreciate your feedback. Please like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment if you want. And if you want to suggest a topic for the show, by all means, reach out. If I have something that I think I can say intelligently about it, I'll be happy to help. If not, I just kind of say I don't have any experience, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, thanks very much for being here, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, everybody, thanks for being here. Please take a minute, like and subscribe to the show. You could also leave a comment. I don't have all the answers, so it's good to get some feedback. Also, if you would like to support the show, check out the links below. You can get the free audiobook of The Inner Voice of Trading, and also information about the course that I teach with Victor Sperandio. Thanks for being here, folks. I'll see you tomorrow.